Good morning and welcome. It's Monday. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. It's the 28th day of March 2022. It is pouring rain here in Ventura, California. I'm looking out the window and it just looks like rain. I'm freezing. What else is new? At least the cat's happy. All right, it's time for the tabletop role-playing game news of the week. And in case you were living under a rock, last night was the Oscars. So before anything else, I guess we have to address the number one story that is affecting the world, which is the Oscars and the winners. The Best Picture film was Coda. Coda, if you're unfamiliar with that film, it's because it was an Apple TV, direct-to-Apple TV film, and therefore only like 5 people actually saw it, but somehow it won Best Picture. Obviously, it wouldn't have been my nomination because, I think Best Picture has to be a movie that people actually see and have heard of. And, the Best Actor was Will Smith for playing King Richard, and Best Actress was Jessica Chastain for playing Tammy Faye Baker. And, of course, the number one story from the Oscars is not who won or who lost, but Will Smith slapping the hell out of the presenter. So if you didn't see the story, Will Smith smacked Chris Rock. Chris Rock was doing a routine. During the routine, he mentioned the fact that Will Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, had shaved her head and had chosen to go bald. Chris Rock made a bald joke, and Will Smith was laughing, and then for some reason he walked up and slapped Chris Rock and said, "Keep my wife's name out of your mouth," a couple times. Why did Will Smith take such umbrage with the fact that Chris Rock was just doing his, routine and mentioned Jada Pinkett Smith hair choice? Jada Pinkett Smith has been diagnosed with alopecia, or however it's pronounced. Alopecia is a genetic disease where you lose all your hair and are not able to grow new hair. So I guess a few months ago, everybody started noticing that Miss Smith had been losing her hair, and she was encouraged just to, shave it off and embrace it, which she has done with the usual pride and grace that Jada Pinkett Smith does. But I guess her husband took umbrage with Chris Rock's mention of the joke. But now he's apologizing, and Chris Rock doesn't want to file any legal actions against Mr. Smith right now. There are some question whether this was an actual, outburst or a planned joke that went wrong. I guess we'll never know. But hey, way to go, Will Smith, for defending your wife. Maybe it could have been done in a better way, but hey, way to go. Well, way to go, Jada Pinkett Smith, for just embracing the fact that you are, beautiful no matter who you are. And I guess way to go, Chris Rock, for being Chris Rock. Moving on to gaming news. All right, in case you don't know, there's a new product coming out from Wizards of the Coast. It's called Journeys Through the Radiant Citadel. Within 20 minutes of the announcement, it raised the usual flags of both anger and frustration and defense from the various camps of the gaming industry. All these people who say things like, oh, we need to get along and we need to agree and we need to stop attacking each other, and this side of the gaming industry and that side of the gaming industry and these fans and these fans. Wouldn't it be great if we just stopped arguing over this stupid game? But, the minute Wizards of the Coast drops a dime, both sides get out their torches and their pitchforks and get all, oh, you did this, and, leaves people like me in the middle who are just trying to be all reasonable and just report the news and trying to understand what the actual direction is going. But hey, since I've been called part of the problem, I guess I'll just keep defending Wizards of the Coast. Moving on to continue what's going on with the world of Dungeons & Dragons. We have some, I guess, news about the forthcoming Dungeons & Dragons movie. Chris Pine was out doing a press tour for the upcoming All the Old Knives, which I guess is a curious continuation of the Knives Out series that has been on Amazon. It was a great film. So we knew that we were getting a sequel to Knives Out, and I guess the sequel is now called All the Old Knives. Chris Pine, of course, was out questioned about Dungeons & Dragons, the movie, because he's in it. And he says there was a lot of laughs. It's Princess Bride meets Game of Thrones meets Holy Grail. So it's a lot of fun. It's got a lot of thrills. It's 80s heartfelt. There's a Goonies in there. So, yeah, it sounds like it's going to be an action comedy, which is not what we want a Dungeons & Dragons film to be. Or maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe an action comedy is what we want a Dungeons & Dragons to be. Let's face it, your typical Dungeons & Dragons game is an action comedy. More news on the Dungeons & Dragons front. Friday, April 1st, Stephen Colbert will be doing his second Choose Your Adventure role-playing D&D thing for Red Nose Day. Red Nose Day, of course, being a huge charity event, worldwide charity event to earn money for various charities that deal with children and Children's Hospital. And so it'll be Stephen Colbert, and it'll be the Critical Role cast, or at least some of them, playing D&D together. So say what you will about Critical Role and Stephen Colbert. At least they're doing something for Red Nose Day and earning charity money stuff. The first public playtest of EM Publishing's Voidrunner Codex is now available with the Scion class. This is a cross-compatible with EM Publishing's Fantasy Level Up Advanced 5e. The setting of Voidrunner Codex is straightforward science fiction with no magic, so it's not a Planescape Spelljammer type of thing, but it's more like a just pure sci-fi type of thing. Except, of course, you're introducing psionics, which are pretty much, makes it more fantastic than pure sci-fi. Because pure sci-fi, you wouldn't have a psionic class. Yeah. So over the weekend, moving on, we had Mophidius did their charity called Roll vs. Evil. Roll vs. Evil was a attempt to make money for humanitarian aid efforts. The event kicked it off on Friday, went through the weekend, and ends today at midnight. So there's a lot of role plays up of Mophidius games all weekend long and all through tonight to midnight. Any funds they make will go to the humanitarian efforts in the Ukraine. Some of the companies that have already been part of this project included Mantic Games, Steve Jackson Games, Gamma, Crucible 7, Roll20, UK Game Episodes, Steamforge Games, Artisolian, Mike, Chaosium, Titan Forge, Q Workshop, Paizo, Mythic Games, Magpie Games, Green Ronin, Parabellum, and more. Noticeable absence is Wizards of the Coast. I guess Wizards of the Coast chose not to be part of the Ukraine charity. Kickstarter CEO Mr. Aziz Hassan has announced that he is stepping down from the position of Kickstarter CEO effective April 4th, citing personal reflection. Hassan led the company through extensive growth, but also through multiple controversy, including acquisitions of attempting to block the formation of the first labor union in the tech industry, the resignation of Vice President Head of Community Luke Crane following the highly controversial Kickstarter project, and the ongoing controversy surrounding the company's move to blockchain technology. Chief Operating Officer Sen Lo will now take over as interim CEO. So the guy in charge of Kickstarter is stepping down because Kickstarter is being just hit with controversy after controversy. So he's citing personal friction, which means he's taking a very large check to step away and have somebody else step up and, I guess, make Kickstarter pretty again. Modifius released 2 new short Star Trek Adventure products this week. The first, Star Trek Adventures Discovery S1 Crew Pack, featuring character sheets for the first season roster of the USS Discovery, including a character sheet for Michael Burnham. Michael Burnham, of course, being Space Jesus in the Discovery universe. So it'd be interesting to see what Michael Burnham's character sheet looks like. Michael Burnham, of course, is a female, if you're not familiar with the Discovery TV show, and is basically a Mary Sue. There is nothing this woman can't do in the show. She solves every problem. So I suppose her character record sheet will say something like, Michael Burnham, powers, saw infinite improbability drive to resolve every aspect of every situation that might plague your spaceship. Yeah. Way to go. Also this week is a pay-what-you-want Star Trek adventure from Ophidius called Starbase Adventures. It's a 16-page PDF featuring 10 detailed missions that could take place on a starbase like Deep Space Nine. Deep Space Nine, yes! The Star Trek series that does not get enough love. Benjamin Sisko all the way. Bundle time! Crucible 7 has partnered with Humble Bundle for a Warhammer Age of Sigmar Soulbound bundle featuring a total of 24 PDF books with everything you need to get started with Soulbound. The bundle benefits children's health charities and runs through the end of the month. Humble and Paisio have bundled for 40 titles for just $35, including the full character option books for Pathfinder First Edition, hardcover, the Inner Sea World Guide, and other adventures. This bundle benefits the National Coalition Against Censorship. If you pay the full amount, you will get a hardbound book of the Inner Sea World Guide in addition to all the PDFs. We also have a bundle of the original Traveler books with over 40 digital books from the classic sci-fi RPG. This bundle benefits the Navy Marine Corps release system. As always, if you have any questions about the amazing Traveler role-playing game, head on over to Shoner Films. He's the guy to talk about Traveler. I like the guy, but he does have an extensive amount of knowledge on the Traveler role-playing game. From Bundle of Holding, we only have 3 this week. We have the Exo-Terrorist. This is for the Gumshoe Night tabletop role-playing game. This is called... sorry, caffeine time. Let's try that again. We have a bundle called the Exo-Terrorist. This is everything you need to defend modern reality against horrors of the outer dark. So this is a tabletop role-playing game using the Gumshoe system. For $9, you get the Player's Handbook, the Fact Book, and an adventure. And if you upgrade to the full collection, you get 8 collections of adventures for the Exo-Terrorist and Gumshoe. We have a Nightshade Best SF collection. This is the best SF of the year. I guess these are science fiction samplers. For $6, you get the best science fiction of the year, 2 full books, and if you upgrade, you get 1, 2, 3, 4 more books. So if you want to do some reading and support science fiction novels, here's a way to do it. From Equinox, we have everything you need to play Mystics on the Fringe of Galactic Society. This is a future fantasy tabletop role-playing game. The core collection is $13, concludes the setting guide, the system guide, and the story game guide. And the bonus collection includes 6 adventures for the Equinox system. This is from a company called Vagrant Workshop, and no, I haven't heard of it either. Blue Planet is still up. This is the game from way back when that I absolutely loved. Nobody ever played it. Nobody ever ran it. Very few people have ever heard it. But wow, I loved that game deeply for a very short period of time. It truly captured my imagination, and no game has captured my imagination since and up to Tales from the Loop, which of course you know is my big love of game right now and has been for a couple years, even though I've never had a chance to actually play Tales from the Loop. Anyways, for $15 you get the entire Blue Planet player collection, and for the upgrade you get the entire Blue Planet moderator collection, which includes 6 adventures and a DM screen. So if you've ever wanted to explore the world of Blue Planet, a science fiction game set on a water world, think of it as Star Trek but underwater, that's where to go. And is there anything else going on in the world? We have another game coming out for Ace, the Awful Cheerful Engine. This is Accidentally Anthropomorphic Animal Heroes. This is a PDF softcover with a PDF hardcover coming soon, and plus the ability to purchase a actual softcover and hardcover. So this is, I guess, a take on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fad of the time, and where you can build anthropomorphic animals for your Awful Cheerful Engine tabletop role-playing game. There seems to be a lot of stuff bubbling around the internet on religion in your campaigns, creating religions, running religions. Should you have religions? What type of religions? You should never talk about politics or religion or sex. And, really have no comment. If you're building your world, it's your world. You can have whatever type of religion you want. If you want to see some guides on religion, there are definitely a lot out there for role-playing games. And speaking of religion, of course, the number one story is still the Radiant Citadel. And what does this mean? Where are we going with the Radiant Citadel Wizards of the Coast? I don't know. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Maybe it'll be fun. Maybe it'll be stupid. Maybe we'll just never really understand the choices Wizards of the Coast makes because, I guess it's an example of give them what they wanted, but just don't give it to them in the way they actually wanted it. But obviously it's going to be a topic we're going to keep talking about. So, yeah. That seems to be about it for the tabletop role-playing game news of the week. We will check up again on Wednesday. If you appreciate this content, let me know. If you don't appreciate this content and would rather see me talk about something else, let me know, because I can't fix it if you don't tell me what's wrong. Till next time, I have been your guide to all the tabletop role-playing game news, weather, sports, general internet nonsense, the Radiant Citadel, and it's raining. Congratulations to Film of the Year, Best Picture of the Year, Coda, a movie that nobody heard of because it was on Apple TV. Yeah. I don't even know what it's about. Till next time, get out of my rain, I guess is the word for today. And stay warm, stay dry, stay safe. Stay off my land. Talk to you later.